Cheers to Friday.
This has been such a long week for me, and I love that we're drinking Two Chicks. Hey, Two Chicks, sponsor us.
Two Chicks, we need more. We're probably going to go through all of these.
These are so good. This is the sparkling apple gimlet. I'm usually not an apple person, but I like this.
I know. I love that one, but I have had it so much that I now try to pound it off to people. I think you've been here like 5 times where I'm like, you should have the apple one because I have one can left and I'm trying to get rid of it.
And then I pick the other one because I'm like, no.
I know, they are good. And it's like, I don't know, the sun's out, we're getting closer to summer, and I feel like you have to have sparkling something.
Something sparkling.
You know, you can only do wine so much, which is... I can't believe I just said that. But, you know, you got to mix it up a little bit.
I personally love this going into summer, but I did recently start buying Chardonnay and Sauvignon Blanc to have like during the day because
it's lighter.
It's lighter.
Yes,
the red,
that's a good point.
The red is a great winter, but for me in the summer, I can't. Or even
an afternoon.
Oh, yeah. So I don't know, but I had the craziest experience happen this afternoon. I gotta tell you about it.
I know,
I was a little disappointed, so I went and did a clothing return. I ordered something online, I went and returned it, and the lady working was not the nicest to her coworker.
And it's Friday. There's no reason to be upset.
No, and just kind of acting above everybody else, and like she was so busy and, you know, didn't really have time, and I don't know, I was a little turned off because I was just like, really?
Yuck. What did she say? Like, what was the whole deal?
Yeah, so I was waiting, you know, to get help done. I'm like, oh, I have a return. And the one gal turned her coworker, who was older, who has obviously been there a little bit longer, and said, can you show me how to do this? I've never done a return. And the lady, you know, was still doing her business and was like, nope, I'm not going to have time to show you today. Too busy. And I was just like...
what did you do?
I just stood there.
Were you like, I'll try to show you. I'll try to help do my return myself.
Yeah, I just stood there and I was like...
That is so awkward.
Awkward.
Yeah.
I'm like, she's trying to learn. She's asking a question. And you're going to say that?
In front of customers.
Me? Honestly, I felt really embarrassed for that girl because that's embarrassing.
Yeah, totally.
You know, she kind of made her feel like an idiot.
So, how did you get your stuff returned? Did it... I want to know how the outcome played out.
So, the lady who had been too busy to help show her how to do the return actually did the return for me. So, I was like,
okay, clearly not.
There. You could have said, I'm really busy, I'm just going to do this, but stand and watch.
Yeah.
You know, but...
So, I'm sorry, don't say you don't have time and then do it yourself. Because you just made her feel dumb.
You made her feel dumb, and I felt so embarrassed for her, and then you could tell she was trying to avoid the situation. Like, she kind of walked to the completely other end of the store.
Yuck!
I felt so bad, and she's trying to learn, and that,
right.
I don't know, and it kind of just made me think, like, okay, if you're going to say that in front of a customer...
What do you say?
What do you say when it's just, like, you and her?
Right.
Or when the store is empty?
Yeah, that's not cool.
I wouldn't want to work there.
No!
So that kind of put a bad taste in my mouth, which is unfortunate, but...
And it also makes you not want to do business there.
I agree.
I mean, not to be dramatic, but also, who wants to give money to a place that doesn't respect their employees?
No, I know. I agree. So maybe she was just having a bad day. Everybody has an off day, but I'm hoping that she at least apologizes. It doesn't do that again.
Well, hopefully her work week is done. At least ours is done for the week, and the weekend is here.
The weekend is here.
It's been a weird week, though. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on right now.
I know. There's so much. Okay, you probably have heard about this, but did you hear about Colton?
Yes!
Oh my gosh!
I'm so confused.
I'm really surprised.
I'm shocked.
And I'm like, okay... What is going through Cassie's mind?
I know.
Yeah.
So for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, Colton was one of the bachelors. And this past week, he did an interview with Good Morning America to come out as being gay. And he's getting a full-blown Netflix series.
Yeah, I just saw yesterday that he is still working on filming it.
Yeah, getting a whole Netflix series about this coming out.
This whole process.
Yeah, and he's the one who famously jumped the fence for this girl because
he just had to be with her.
He was so distraught. He got a restraining order against her because he was a stalker when they broke up.
Or she got one against him.
Yes, she got one against him because he just couldn't deal with it. Which is, that's what confuses me. If, like, you were so bent out of shape of ending a relationship with someone who you're now don't have attraction to.
Yeah.
It's just very... It almost makes you wonder, like, did Cassie know? And was he trying to get a hold of her because he thought she might go tell? You know?
I know. Well, you know, it's almost like, you know, he even said, I've been running from myself for a long time. I've hated myself for a long time. And it's like he was trying to fit into, you know, who he thought he should be and be with this girl. But I don't know. But I also kind of hate all the publicity that this is getting.
It is wild.
Because it's like, okay, move on.
Move on. This is fine.
I don't know. I think the whole Netflix series and doing all this and that is a little too much.
It is a lot. And I think it's good. And I think it's good in the sense where Colton was he a professional football player? Like,
I think so.
I think he played professional or college and did The Bachelor. Like, he kind of has lived this life as, like, the complete opposite.
So he was actually on The Bachelorette, and then he was Bachelor.
Right.
So it's kind of been a long time
in
the spotlight.
Right. And kind of these more macho type roles where how do you decide that, like, you are ready to be who you truly are after you have kind of put on this facade and this mask for your entire life. It's so interesting. I'm gonna watch it.
I'll probably watch it too. I probably will, because let's be honest, I will. But I also am like, you know what? If this was any other normal person,
probably not, because it's just another day.
Yeah,
like,
they wouldn't be getting
it happens all the time that people discover themselves, and
you know, kudos to him.
Kudos for him.
I'm glad that he is happy, and I mean, he even said, "I feel happy and healthy."
Yes,
so
and you could see in the interview. I don't know if you watched it, but you could see, like, he was petrified. Like, he was kind of
shaking,
gulping, and like just like he looked very scared, but he also looked very relieved. Like, you could tell was like a huge weight lifted when he said that, which is so cool. And it's cool, but it's sad. It's sad that he felt like he couldn't be that. It's cool that, you know, better late than never, that you decide you are who you are.
Yeah. Also, or were you done?
Yes. I wonder if we're going to say the same thing.
Okay. So, we probably all watched The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody.
Oh, yes, I forgot about this.
Brenda's song is now, well, I think they maybe been together for a while, but I didn't
know. Who the frick knew?
Freaking, Home Alone.
What's his name? McAllister?
Yeah, Kevin McAllister.
Is that it?
But his real name is like McCulloch. I don't know.
Something. Overall.
Yeah.
The girl from Sweet Life and Zach and Cody, what was her name?
London
from Sweet Life and Zach and Cody. And then the main character.
The Home Alone guy.
From Home Alone.
They're together. They now have a new baby, a new newborn.
And this is just like, no, I have heard nothing about these two being a couple, because that's kind of iconic. Like, why didn't we know that?
I know. It's
like
so cool.
Your childhood dreams, like, coming together. Yeah. And now they're going to have an adorable child. What I was going to say is, going back to relationships and breakups, J-Lo and A-Rod.
Okay, I have been following that. What do you think about the Southern Charm? Like, is she involved, this Madison?
Is that who it is?
Yes.
See, I know nothing.
So, apparently this Madison girl has kind of been with
A-Rod.
Yeah.
Right?
Him and then a couple other people. And so I think that was kind of the fuel to the fire. And I think J-Lo found out about it. Apparently that called up their engagement because of this. But now I think she's with somebody completely different.
You think she's with somebody new?
Yeah, it's not him.
What?
Yeah, it's not him. It's an older guy.
What?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, I had heard...
But I also think this girl loves drama.
Oh, no.
She, I think, is so fame hungry.
Yeah. Yuck.
Yeah.
Not into it.
She's one of those. But that's sad.
Who in their right mind cheats on J-Lo? I'm sorry, but like, do you have any perception of what is in front of you? Like,
He's gotta be just an idiot.
A complete idiot.
Yeah.
Okay, and he has to feel like an idiot. Something else is weird. Something weird is going on because he posted on his, I can't remember if it was his story or his actual like Instagram feed, but he posted a video of him like panning over a bunch of these photos of him and J-Lo, like framed photos.
Yeah.
And then he put the song Fix You by Coldplay to it.
Oh my gosh.
And then he tagged her in it. Like I don't remember what the caption was, but he like went out, like it wasn't like a hidden thing. Yeah. Obviously it was on social media, but he tagged her in it. And I'm just like, why, like, fix you? What does J-Lo need to fix?
Yeah, that's you.
J-Lo has no problems.
No.
She has nothing to fix.
Nothing to fix. Oh my gosh. Okay, I need to follow him. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That is so interesting.
Weird.
Yeah.
But I'm interested to see how that plays out. I have not heard that she was with a different man. She's been married 3 times.
Yeah, and I think she has a kid, right?
2.
Oh, she has
twins.
Okay.
Yes, because Emmy is her daughter.
Okay.
She sang with her at the Super Bowl.
Sure.
And I think she toured with her. And then I don't remember what their son's name, but those are with, I think, Mark Anthony.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I was confused. I thought you were talking about this Madison girl, but J-Lo, yes.
Oh.
Okay. I know.
Yeah.
I love her forever, so.
I thought those two were going to be
together forever. I know.
Another example of not together forever is Kanye and Kim.
You know, I kind of thought that was going to happen.
I didn't.
I did. I think he's crazy.
I think he's crazy, but I kind of thought the crazy would work for them.
I did too. Totally.
Like he is,
like she has her own kind of crazy. He has his own, you know, but
like I personally, I know I'll get hate for this, but I think Kim Kardashian is a queen.
I love her.
I
love her.
She has always in interviews and like even when you see, I'm sure you've seen those like reviews on TikTok where people review celebrities that they've encountered.
Yeah.
Anytime people encounter Kim, they always say she is the sweetest person. She's a businesswoman. Like,
I think she's so smart.
I think she has a huge team behind her to help her, absolutely. But you have to be the one to get the team.
For sure. And the one that continues to get up day after day.
Yes.
And go for that. Also, speaking of the Kardashians, I don't know if you see it on TikTok, but there's this girl.
Yes! Oh my god, that impersonates her? It's so good!
So, it's always usually like Kim and Courtney. It is so good. I was down the rabbit hole last night. Landon, I think, probably wanted to kill me because he was like, Paige, you got your phone. I was like, no, one more. Like, it was so funny.
The Courtney impressions kill me because you do
so good.
Not realize until you see these impersonations how little Courtney has expression. Like,
zero.
She's like, yeah.
And then it's like, oh.
And it's just like silent. Yeah.
And then like their phones, like they're always on their phones and then they like look up. Yeah.
It is so true.
I love that.
Okay, I'm glad you brought this up because we're just going down a pop culture rabbit hole here. But so Kourtney Kardashian and what's the Addison Rae.
Okay.
TikTok star Addison Rae, she's like one of the biggest TikTokers. Her and Kourtney are best buds because Mason, Kourtney's son, like wanted Addison to come over and help him do a TikTok and they became great friends, whatever. It's a weird friendship.
Yeah.
Very weird. I mean, Addison Rae, I think is like 21, 20 something and Kourtney Kardashian is in her 40s.
Yeah.
So anyways, they have this weird friendship and there's been these tweets that come out that are kind of alluding to the fact that everybody knows that the Kardashians' final season is on E right now, and they are moving over to Hulu. We don't know what they're
probably getting more money.
Oh, I'm sure they're getting more money. I don't know what the series will be. They've kind of said it's going to be different, and they don't even know what it's going to be, but it's moving over to Hulu.
Okay.
So Addison Rae appears in the last season of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and there's rumors that they are bridging the gap for Addison Rae to take over kind of their slot on E.
What?
And have her own reality show.
That's amazing.
I kind of agree.
That's
cool. That's a great way to kind of, kick out one show, add in the next.
I actually don't know who that is, but I'm going to go look.
You'll know her the second you see her.
I maybe have, let me look.
You should look.
I'm just going to look.
She, she does all these dancing videos. She was in the Hype House.
Oh, okay.
But, anyways, where I was going with this is there were a couple tweets that were at Addison or at Courtney. I'm not sure who.
Oh, yeah. She's really pretty.
So cute.
Yeah.
And
she kind of looks like Hannah Brown.
Totally.
Like Alabama.
The eyes a little bit. Like
the
if
hair.
Hannah Brown dyed her hair brown. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there were some tweets that were like to Addison and Courtney saying, I have such a great idea for your next YouTube video, because Addison Rae does YouTube.
Okay.
I have a great idea for your YouTube video. You guys should do like a little thing where you guys follow each other around in a day in your life. And I don't quote me on this, but essentially what it alluded to was Addison responding, what about a whole series? And then the side eyes. And then, or what about a whole season side eyes? Like, kind of saying that we're going to have a show.
Yeah.
So
that's interesting.
Very interesting. And people are kind of saying that, so is Courtney and Addison's friendship just a kind of contractual?
Yeah.
What is that word? Contractual?
Contractual?
Wow. I can't contractual.
Well, I did go for communications.
Okay. Anyways, they were like, people are saying that they were pretty much set up to be friends in order for E to have a smooth transition into
I could see that.
Their next kind of star.
Yeah. Huh.
I know.
So, okay, speaking of series, The Hills is coming back.
What?
It is coming back, baby. Back to The Hills. Yeah.
Absolutely not. You're kidding me.
Are you not excited?
I'm confused.
Okay, so
who is going to be on The Hills?
Well, that's the thing, is it's not the normal cast. So
that's my issue.
I know. I am a Lauren Conrad.
I love Kristen Cavallari.
I don't know. I remember watching the very first couple seasons of The Hills, and I totally was like on Team Lauren. So I think that's always kind of stuck with me, but I do love Kristen. I shouldn't hate on her. I think she's gorgeous. Her jewelry is amazing.
Amazing.
So anyway, on this new series, Audrina's going to be on there, but I think it's a lot of new people. I think some of the guys are still on there. I don't know all the females. I don't, but because I think Lo Bosworth, she still lives in Florida.
Okay.
Lauren's, no. Oh, Heidi and Spencer are on it.
Amazing.
They're still on
Heidi, Spidey? Spidey can do no wrong. Those are the craziest people I've ever seen. Yeah. But they are TV gold.
They're gold.
Absolute gold.
Yeah.
Interesting. I forever burned into my brain though. This is where I think I have a bad taste in my mouth with The Hills. Is forever burned in my brain is the last episode, the final episode of The Hills.
Okay.
And I can't even remember who it was, but it's two people having a conversation. I want to say it's Brody and Kristen.
I think it was.
I think it was Brody and Kristen. They're sitting at like a cafe. They're having a conversation. And all of a sudden, the cameras pan out and it's this big like production site.
Yeah.
Do you remember what I'm talking about?
It's so staged.
And they kind of left it off as like, is this produced or isn't? Like, was this scripted or is this authentic? Like, they left it up to the people watching to kind of question it, which I thought was a genius way to end a show. But horrible way to end a show if you're planning to bring it back.
Right.
You know?
Well, I think I read an article that said the couple first seasons were super authentic. And then, like, as it got going, there was a lot of fluff.
You gotta keep stuff interesting.
You know, I mean, you have to, but that's so interesting.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be as good as the OG.
Never.
It can't be. Even when they brought Kristen on, it wasn't as good.
No.
Because it's like, don't ruin a good thing.
Yeah.
And you can't really replicate that. But
totally.
I don't know. Okay, so now we're down. What were you going to say?
I do think Laguna Beach was one of the best shows to ever touch
so good.
the TV screen.
Yeah.
And I feel bad for people who are younger than us that do not even know what that's like. You can't watch it anywhere.
No. But you know what? I was able to find it. Gosh, it was somewhere online.
I literally...
like a couple years ago.
Same.
Yeah.
I rewatched it on... I honestly think I watched it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Or some like janky site.
Like it was probably illegal. But I watched
100% illegal. But I was like, I have Laguna Beach withdrawals. I need to go back to like the black shirts, the chokers,
the short hair.
Oh, the foundation lips. Like that was the thing. Like put foundation over your lips, a little gloss. There was nothing better.
I know. That's so funny. I know. I'm sure you could buy it on like a DVD.
I really should.
My computer, I have the Air, and it doesn't have the deal.
I know. And do people sell DVDs anymore?
Maybe Amazon? I don't know.
I'm sure people do. I'm sure you could buy a VCR on Amazon if you really wanted to. Now we're aging ourselves.
I know. Okay, one last thing on this whole like pop culture, because I don't know if you know about this, but obviously I love podcasts. So I was listening to this episode the other day from Call Her Daddy. Who else loves Call Her Daddy?
Everybody.
And it was an episode with Holly Madison.
Girls
Next Door.
So good.
I am weird. Like, I love the Girls Next Door.
Yes.
I thought it was so fascinating. It was
that on MTV?
I think it was on E.
Was it?
Yeah,
okay, yeah.
I think it was on E. I never actually watched it when it was live. I just watched a bunch of reruns, but I thought it was so interesting. Okay, so she had this interview with Holly Madison, and Holly was basically saying, like, all the dirt.
Oh, she spilled the tea.
Spilled the tea. And it was so interesting to hear. So you should listen to it.
I've gotten through the first 20 minutes of it.
What did you think?
I
want to read her book.
I am excited to read her book.
Yeah.
I kind of felt bad for her.
I did too.
Because I don't know. I think a lot of times we definitely have talked about this. Social media can be a really negative thing. Mm-hmm. But back in Holly Madison's days, social media and just some culture would have really helped her to see what was happening.
Right.
And you didn't have that back then. Like you didn't
even have it as like an outlet to reach out to people.
No, I mean there are times where social media can be bad because you can start comparing yourself in negative ways, but it can also be good because it can shed light on situations to help better you when you get stuck in one that was really bad. And so Holly Madison was a playmate at the Playboy house with Hugh Hefner.
Playboy Mansion.
Playboy Mansion? Yeah, not a house. This is not a little cabin. It's like the Mickey Mouse house, no. Playboy Mansion. But, I mean, they kind of roped girls in. Yeah. And
I think it was really bad.
I think so too. I haven't finished it, so I need to finish it because I like I said, I got probably 20 minutes in, but I was kind of disgusted and I felt really bad for her because being a young girl, maybe in her 20s, early 20s, that would be really hard to navigate, especially when you don't have anything to go off of. Yeah. I think she grew up in small town Oregon, close to Oregon, and, moved to LA, the big city, and kind of got thrown into the deepest of the deep ends.
The deepest end of the pool. Yeah. So you should listen to the whole thing because the ending is really good. Like, it kind of goes full circle, and she talks about what she learned and how it made her better and kind of just opened her eyes. So it was good. But now, because I've been watching it and like kind of looking up things, there's this whole feud between her and Kendra Wilkinson.
Really?
Like, Kendra and her do not get along, and Kendra wrote a book too, and her book and Holly's book are really contradicting.
Very different, I've heard.
Very different. So I think a lot of what Holly says, Kendra says is a lie. Mm-hmm. So this is a whole other rabbit hole, but I'm interested.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But And I mean, no one will ever know.
No.
That's the thing. You'll never know the truth.
No.
But it is nice to hear both ends of the story and get to kind of at least see a way of the circle that's going around here. Speaking of the circle, oh my gosh. Have you seen The Circle on Netflix?
Is that like a red background with a... Yeah, it's like a social media.
Yes. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Season 2 just got released.
Yes.
I think I just watched the first episode last night, and I'll be honest, I would have never watched The Circle had somebody not told me about it, because I kind of saw the preview for it.
It kind of looks weird.
Kind of looks dumb. Yeah. Kind of looks like not good. This show is so entertaining. If you want some mindless, just hilarious TV, this is it, because it is so interesting. It takes like 6 contestants and puts them in this apartment, and the only way they can communicate is through The Circle, which is essentially like a social media platform. Yeah. And the end goal is to be the most liked person. But what you don't know is half of these people are in there pretending to be somebody else. So they're catfish.
Yes. Okay. It's coming back to me.
So they go in as like their husband or their girl best friend. And they're like, this person I know is gorgeous. They're well liked. I'm going to pretend to be this person. I know I'm going to be liked in The Circle. It's so interesting. You have to watch it.
I should watch it. I haven't really seen it. I've just seen and heard about it. But yeah, okay, I'm going to watch it. I don't have a series right now.
10 out of 10 recommend. Short episodes, easy, and it's just like mindless, fun TV.
Just keep it on, yeah.
Which is what, I don't know, I've kind of been into that as opposed to murder mysteries, different things. Sometimes I'm like, you know what? My life is already stressful enough. I don't need added stress in the shows I watch.
Okay, that is actually a really funny point that you bring that up. So we recently got a Peloton. Yeah, you knew that. Okay, so...
What? I did?
I talk about it all the time. And so I had just Peloton the other night, and I was, getting ready to shower, whatever, and Landon was like, oh, what was your output? Like, did you beat your last one? And I had a really good ride, but I was like, no, I'm like, I don't really pay attention to that. Like, everything else in my life, or at least at work, is a competition, and you always have to be better. So I'm like, you know what? No, I don't. Like, I just like to be able to do this thing because it feels good. And I'm not always in competition with myself.
Amen! I'm so proud of you!
I know. I just was like, you know what? It doesn't really matter. I'm doing this for me. It feels good.
I enjoy it.
And
that's enough.
And that's enough. And for me, if I don't enjoy it, if it gets to be too much of that mind game, that competition, I'm out. Like, I just get too overwhelmed.
I love that.
And so when I said that to him, and he was like, wow. He was like, that's really good of you.
Inspirational.
Like, thanks.
Well, okay. And it's good because it's taking care of yourself. And we took care of ourselves last week.
We did.
Because, well, I shouldn't say we took care of ourselves. Vanity Bar took care of us.
Vanity Bar had our back. They were getting us all glowy. It was amazing.
The sweetest humans. If you haven't listened to our episode with Katie, please do yourself a favor. Go listen to it because we learned so much about skincare, which we love. But you can never settle for what you know because skincare is always evolving and progressing.
Always changing.
Yeah. So to be up to date, but we got facials done and then we got some product. We bought some product of our own and now we've had some time to kind of...
Yeah, what's your favorite?
Oh my gosh. They're all really good. I know my favorite is your favorite.
Yeah. We were the same. So
it's really good.
It's so good. The Zio Exfoliating Polish.
Oh,
I love it. I use it every day. I just use it at night though.
See, okay, you need to try this because Katie in her episode talked about using it in the morning.
Okay.
Which I kind of thought was different. I was like, I never exfoliate in the morning.
Okay, yeah.
Normally I exfoliate at night because you want like your night serums and everything to like really seep in and do as much as they can. But she was saying how she uses the polish in the morning. And I was like, that's kind of interesting. I'm going to try that. And so I've done it a couple of days, which I'm really glad I did, because the days that I did do it in the morning, I can see a complete noticeable difference in how my makeup goes on, how my makeup lasts throughout the day in comparison to the days that I did not use it in the morning.
So then did you still use it at night?
Didn't use it at night.
Oh,
because
you did it.
It's pretty rough. Like,
it is pretty rough. I guess the reason I used it at night is because to like get off my sunscreen and maybe I'll do both. I
would highly recommend trying it in the morning because, it's really good. Well, and I do have another exfoliator. It's by Dermalogica, and it's like a powder.
Sure.
And then you just put water to it, and it's a little bit lighter. So I think if I were to exfoliate at night, I would maybe use that.
Yeah.
Just because I don't see noticeable differences with that, but I'm sure, helps get the gunk off.
Does a little something.
But gosh, the difference I see when I use it in the morning, game changer.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I love it. So I'm going to use it in the morning now.
So good. And we both got Handscreen, which we talked about in the episode, which I really like. I know it seems a little extreme to buy like sunscreen specifically for your hands.
I love how it smells.
It smells so good.
It is moisturizing.
It's not like thick and greasy like normal sunscreen. I just really think when she mentioned that people get filler in their hands, I kind of couldn't believe it.
I know.
And I was like, I'm going to do everything to not have to do that.
Yeah. No, I love that. And that brand, Supergoop, I feel like is a really good brand. Like, they have a ton of products in their lineup.
Ton of products. The sunscreen that I have heard a lot about and I've used for probably over a year now is Elta MD.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So, it's again, I don't actually know. I think they have a full maybe product line. I don't think they're sunscreen specific. So that is one thing that I like about Supergoop is it is like that is their sole focus. But it's interesting. I've been watching a lot of these YouTube videos of like Vogue or Vanity Fair. They do interviews with different celebrities that walk you through their skincare routine. And they never say what they use. They just kind of show it. But I have seen Hailey Bieber and Haley Steinfeld's, I think that's her last name, from Pitch Perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Both of them use Elta MD Sunscreen.
Huh. Cool.
And it's cheap. It's like $30.
Really?
I mean, $30 isn't cheap, but it's not like $100 sunscreen. You would think, that celebrities are using.
That's a lot cheaper than I thought.
Yeah, I agree. So, lots of good things going around.
Yeah. No, Vanity Bar was great. Also, the other day, I actually had my very first dermaplane.
And oh my gosh, your skin is unreal.
Thank you. It was great. I'm so excited. When she showed me the results afterwards, I was like, ugh, like that's so gross. But it was actually really cool to see, like, get all that dead skin and peach fuzz off. It was great. I'm definitely thinking that you need to. And you're supposed to get it done, I think, every 4 to 6 weeks, they said. I'm definitely going to make that one of my routines.
Yeah.
It felt so good. And my makeup today, I didn't even really wear a lot of makeup because my skin was so glowy.
And I literally walked up to Paige today. I was like, your skin looks unreal.
Yeah.
And then when you said you weren't wearing hardly any makeup, I was like, I would never be able to tell.
Ah, thank you.
I'm glad. Crazy. Yeah. And that's not, $60. Is that about how much it was?
Yeah, it was $60.
To me, that's not like super outrageous especially if you do it once a month.
Or not even. If you do it every 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And, if you maybe don't do a whole lot of other upkeep or maintenance things.
That's an easy one to add.
For sure.
Yeah. I have to do it. I'm so excited to try.
I loved it. Also, for anybody listening, we recorded on camera the Vanity Bar episode.
Oh my God. Don't even get me started.
But we're having some issues.
If anyone knows how to utilize YouTube correctly, please find us. Send help.
We've been trying literally since Sunday morning.
It's so frustrating.
We cannot get it uploaded because I don't know if the issue is it's too long or it's too high definition. I don't know what it is. But anyways, so sorry. because we're just as disappointed.
Yeah, because it was, I mean, the space that we got to record in, it was so fun because we finally got to record not in our normal space.
Yeah.
And we talked about that in our episode, but we have so much to show for it, but we just cannot upload the dang thing.
It's almost like we should record with the phone.
I know. Like, do we need to record on a potato in order for this to work?
It's so frustrating.
So frustrating. But we're working on it. We're not giving up.
No.
We're going to keep trying.
Trying.
But if you see that we upload that YouTube video a little bit later than normal, that is why. It's because YouTube hates us and doesn't want to give us the credit that we have worked for. But hopefully this one works. We're excited, and if you guys haven't followed our YouTube channel, please do. There's plenty of ways that you can stream that, so definitely check that out.
Yeah, absolutely.
And don't forget to subscribe to our podcast here, Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you get your podcasts. Find us, like, subscribe, send comments. We want to hear your guys' feedback, and especially on Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram and Facebook.
Both
are a great platform to give ideas, comments, feedback, whatever you guys are thinking.
Yeah, that's where you're going to get the latest information on who we're talking to. Sometimes we spill the tea of who we're interviewing a little bit early.
Because we're so excited.
Yes, so if you follow that, you can kind of get in the know a little bit before our typical Monday release. So definitely follow and make sure to just keep updated with everything that Cup of Queens is doing.
Yes.
Well,
cheers.
Cheers to Friday.
Cheers Friday, baby.
Everybody have a great rest of your week. We know you're listening to this on a Monday and you're going to crush it.
Kill it, baby.
Cheers.